I thought she got fouled. I think it's pretty egregious what's been happening to us the last few games.
Well, you want to make Sabrina dribble into her shots if possible.
Mitchell gets behind. Low. Clark has to get open. 1 second left. Clark doesn't get the shot off.
A 2-point game, a missed foul, a furious coach. What really happened in the final seconds that left Caitlyn Clark and the Indiana Fever robbed of a victory? Fans are calling it one of the most blatant officiating disasters in recent WNBA history, and the league can't stay silent much longer. It was supposed to be a marquee matchup, Indiana Fever versus New York Liberty, a game that would test the Fever's growth and give fans a thrilling night of WNBA action. Instead, it turned into a firestorm of controversy. After a 2-point loss that could have gone either way, the story wasn't about who played better, it was about the refs. In this deep dive, we're breaking down everything: the missed calls, the emotional fallout, the coach's explosive reaction, and what this game means for Caitlyn Clark, Aaliyah Boston, and the entire Indiana franchise going forward. From the opening tip, something felt off. The Fever came out strong, ready to compete with the defending champs. Aaliyah Boston was a force inside, 27 points and 13 rebounds. Lexi Hull, starting for the first time this season, dropped 15 crucial points. Caitlyn Clark dished 10 assists while pouring in 18 points of her own. They were in it. They led by 12 points in the fourth. They outscored Liberty by 17 in the third quarter. This wasn't just a strong performance, it was elite. It was proof the Fever could play championship-level basketball. But the whistles told a different story. Liberty attempted 32 free throws. The Fever, just 15. A -17 free throw discrepancy in a 2-point loss. Add to that several questionable calls and a no call on Clark in the final seconds. And frustration boiled over. Liberty's comeback in the final minutes wasn't purely basketball. It was aided by calls that shifted the game's momentum. Those decisions took the game out of the players' hands and put it into the hands of officials, and that's where fans drew the line. 2.9 seconds left. Caitlyn Clark gets the ball for a potential game-tying drive. Natasha Cloud makes clear contact. On the arm, shoulder, everywhere. Replay confirms it. No whistle. Clark doesn't get the foul, doesn't get the free throws, and just like that, the game ends. Fever lose 91-89. Season record drops to 2-2, but for many watching, it didn't feel like a loss. It felt like a robbery.
Low. Clark has to get open. 1 second left. Clark doesn't get the shot off. Cloud.
It wasn't the only blown call. Moments earlier, Diana Taurasi was hammered going for a layup. No call. Then Lexi Hull was tagged for a phantom foul on Sabrina Ionescu, who then sank the game-winning free throws. The inconsistency couldn't be ignored. For any close game, the final moments are supposed to be where heroes are made, not where whistles go missing. And for Clark, a player who's already faced immense scrutiny, the silence from the officials sent a powerful message about what she and her team are up against. At the post-game press conference, Fever head coach Stephanie White didn't hold back.
I thought she got fouled. I think it's pretty egregious what's been happening to us the last few games.
White said, visibly emotional. She wasn't just upset about this one game. White cited a -31 free throw discrepancy over the last few games. "We're not just chucking threes, we're attacking the rim," she said. "The disrespect right now for our team has been pretty unbelievable." White didn't stop there. She took aim at the league's review system. "There's a system to communicate grievances," she explained, "but I don't know that I ever feel like the system works." It was a bold statement, a direct challenge to the WNBA's integrity.
A -31 free throw discrepancy. And I might be able to understand it if we were just chucking threes, but we're not. We're attacking the rim. And the disrespect right now for our team has been pretty unbelievable. So it's disappointing.
Her comments weren't just heat-of-the-moment frustration. They were the culmination of mounting frustration that had built over several games. The tone, the clarity, and the courage behind her words resonated with fans who felt the same anger. While White voiced her frustrations, Clark remained composed, but her on-court actions said everything. Every drive was met with contact. Every step off a screen involved physicality. She played through it and still posted a double-double. After the game, she acknowledged the inconsistency. Feels like every game we've really only put 2 quarters together. We need to find a way to put 4 good quarters on the floor, she said. Despite the no call and the loss, Clark's leadership was evident. She didn't lash out. She didn't blame the refs. She focused on what the team could control. That mindset, it's what future champions are made of, and make no mistake, Clark's silence isn't weakness. It's strategic. She's leading by example, proving that maturity and focus matter even when the stakes feel unfair. That example is crucial for a young team still learning how to win.
Use our reset timeout, ran it a little bit different, similar play to what we ran the other night when we played Atlanta here. I don't know, I have to go back and watch. I don't know.
The Fever didn't crumble. They fought. They had every reason to fold, but didn't. That speaks volumes about the team's mental toughness. Boston's dominance, Hull's emergence, and Clark's resilience are all signs of a squad that's coming together at the right time. And that adversity, it might be exactly what they need. Teams that win titles almost always go through early season struggles. This controversial loss might be the spark that unites the Fever in a way no win could. Clark noted they were just 2 possessions from being 4-0. She's not wrong. Despite the officiating, they've been within striking distance of perfection. That alone shows how dangerous this team can become. When you mix talent with adversity, you get a team with grit. That's what separates contenders from champions. The Fever are learning that the hard way, but that's often the most powerful path. Fans weren't quiet. Social media exploded. Clips of the no calls went viral. Analysts called out the league. Even neutral fans admitted the discrepancy was glaring. The WNBA now finds itself in the hot seat. Calls for accountability are louder than ever. Whether the league responds remains to be seen, but one thing's clear. The fans are watching. This isn't just about Indiana. It's about fairness, about growth, about making sure the league's brightest stars are protected and respected. Because if not, the credibility of every close game comes into question. And fans? They're not going anywhere. This moment has created a wave of unity around the Fever and around justice in the game. That bond is powerful, and it will only grow stronger with every obstacle the team faces. This game may go down as a turning point, not because of the outcome, but because of the outrage it sparked. Stephanie White's press conference will be remembered as the moment a coach finally said what many were afraid to say.
Screening action down low. Clark has to get open. 1 second left. Clark doesn't get the shot off. Cloud locks her up. And
for the WNBA, it's a wake-up call. Inconsistent officiating can't be brushed aside, especially in a league trying to grow its viewership and star power. Fans want drama, but they want it on the court, not from the refs. If the league listens, really listens, this moment could lead to reforms that strengthen the game's integrity. But if they don't, they risk alienating the very people who care the most. In the end, this wasn't just a loss. It was a test. And if this is how the Fever respond to adversity, by rallying together, fighting harder, and demanding better, then they're well on their way to becoming a championship team. The officials may have tried to steal this one, but what they really did was ignite a fire. The Indiana Fever are coming, and now the entire league is on notice. What do you think? Was this one of the worst officiated games you've seen? Are the Fever being disrespected by the league? Drop your thoughts in the comments, subscribe for more in-depth WNBA content, and turn on notifications so you never miss a breakdown like this. Because in this league, every point and every whistle matters.
Caitlyn Clark all night tonight.
Are you talking about my high school experience? Clark connects. Here comes Clark in transition. Clark, pull up 3. You bet!
What if I told you the most talked about athlete in women's sports wasn't just making history, she was changing the future of the game? From logo threes to laser-sharp dimes, Caitlyn Clark's rookie season in the WNBA has turned heads, shattered records, and sparked a movement. But just when everything seemed unstoppable, something happened that no one saw coming. Caitlyn Clark didn't just enter the WNBA, she detonated into it. Drafted first overall by the Indiana Fever in 2024, Clark arrived with a resume of dominance and expectations so high they seemed impossible to meet. Yet game after game, assist after assist, logo 3 after logo 3, she shattered every ceiling placed above her. Her rookie year wasn't just about stats, it was about sparking a cultural shift in how people see women's basketball. From her very first game, Caitlyn Clark made one thing clear. She was built for the big stage, averaging 19.2 points, 8.4 assists, and 5.7 rebounds per game. Clark didn't just lead all rookies, she led the entire league in assists. She also broke the WNBA's single-season rookie assist record with 337 total dimes. And she wasn't done. On July 17, 2024, against the Dallas Wings, Clark recorded a jaw-dropping 19 assists in a single game, the most ever in WNBA history. She became the first rookie to log 2 triple-doubles in a season, and her 122 three-pointers set a new record for rookies. Simply put, it was a season for the history books. With Clark came an unprecedented surge in WNBA attention. Her regular season debut against the Connecticut Sun drew the league's biggest TV audience in over 2 decades. Fever games, once sparsely attended, became sold-out events, with fans traveling from all over the country just to witness her in action. When Clark played Angel Reese, another NCAA standout turned pro, their matchup drew over 3 million viewers, breaking all kinds of viewership records and putting the WNBA firmly in the cultural spotlight. The Caitlyn Clark effect was real, and the league was thriving because of it. While her deep-range threes went viral on social media, Clark's real artistry came from her passing. She'd whip no-look dimes in transition, laser bounce passes through traffic, and wraparound feeds that seemed to defy physics. Her court vision bordered on clairvoyant. And yet, it was the consistency that stunned analysts most. Every game she delivered. Her assist-to-turnover ratio remained one of the best in the league. Coaches called her a floor general. Teammates called her a leader. Opponents, they called her a nightmare. Clark wasn't just transforming the stat sheet, she was shifting the culture. Jerseys flew off the shelves. Young players mimicked her step-back threes. Social media lit up with her highlights. Celebrities tweeted about her.
One word to describe Caitlyn Clark.
Amazing. A beast. She is the truth. And I mean, she's the truth, and she was a rookie.
Attendance records broke. Merchandise sales spiked. She wasn't just playing the game. She was changing it. Her influence was so profound that WNBA teams began adjusting how they marketed and structured their franchises. The Fever, long considered a rebuilding team, suddenly became a marquee attraction. Other teams stepped up their games, both on the court and in the front office, in response to what Clark had created. And perhaps what's even more surprising is how quickly this transformation happened. In less than 1 season, she made the Fever a must-watch team. Her style of play was magnetic. Whether she was pulling up from the logo or threading an impossible pass, fans couldn't look away. Analysts started comparing her vision to Magic Johnson, her shooting range to Stephen Curry, and her fearlessness to Diana Taurasi. The bar was raised, not just for rookies, but for the entire league. Just when the season seemed unstoppable, adversity struck. In May 2025, Clark suffered a left quadriceps strain, sidelining her for at least 2 weeks. It was a gut punch to fans and the Fever alike. The timing couldn't have been worse. She was averaging 19 points, 9.3 assists, and 6 rebounds per game. A potential MVP run was abruptly paused. But even from the bench, Clark's presence loomed large. She was constantly in huddles, coaching, motivating, and leading. It was a reminder that her value went beyond points and assists. She was the heartbeat of her team, even when sidelined. Despite the injury, Clark's rookie year will be remembered as one of the greatest ever. She ended the season with most assists in a single season, 337, most assists in a single game, 19, most 25-point, 10-assist games by a rookie, 6, most three-pointers made by a rookie, 122, and 2 triple-doubles in 1 season. First rookie to ever do it. And if that wasn't enough, she helped to lead the Fever to their first playoff berth since 2016, finishing the season with a 20-20 record. Awards soon followed. She was unanimously named WNBA Rookie of the Year. Time magazine featured her as Athlete of the Year. She graced the covers of national sports outlets and became a regular headline in mainstream media. In a sport historically overshadowed, Clark was the spotlight. More importantly, she inspired. Girls flooded youth leagues wearing her number. College stars cited her as motivation. She wasn't just an athlete, she was a movement. What makes Caitlyn Clark so rare is that her impact is both tangible and intangible. On the stat sheet, she dominates. But off the court, she's redefining what success and visibility look like for women in sports. She's already influenced league policy discussions, increased NIL interest for college athletes, and drawn the attention of global brands eager to align with her story. Every game she plays is bigger than basketball. It's a cultural moment. The ripple effect goes even further. Players around the league have credited her for increasing the level of competition. The spotlight she commands forces everyone to step up, and that's exactly what's happening. Viewership is up, merchandise is flying off shelves, and suddenly, little girls across the country believe they can grow up to be just like Caitlyn. That's the kind of influence you can't teach, you can only inspire. And perhaps most intriguingly, there's a sense that Clark is only scratching the surface. Her rookie year felt like the opening scene of a blockbuster saga. Fans are already speculating. Could she be the one to finally bring a championship to Indiana? Could she redefine what it means to be a franchise player in women's sports? The questions swirl because the possibilities seem endless. Her confidence is unshakable, her work ethic relentless, and her game evolving. With her rookie year now in the books, the future looks limitless. The injury may have paused her momentum, but it didn't stop it. She'll return stronger, wiser, and even more driven. For now, the league has taken notice. Caitlyn Clark isn't just a player. She's a force of nature. A new era has begun, and she's leading the charge. Caitlyn Clark's rookie season was more than impressive. It was generational. Her ability to dominate, inspire, and elevate the game marks the dawn of a new chapter in the WNBA. Whether you're a lifelong basketball fan or just tuning in, one thing is certain. The Caitlyn Clark era is here, and it's only just getting started. If you think Caitlyn Clark has already peaked, think again. What she's about to do next might be even more shocking. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a second of the journey, because the Caitlyn Clark Show is just getting started.
I would say so, as Caitlyn Clark and Flau'jae Johnson have a little fun. I think Flau'jae was going on her Instagram Live there.
I believe so.
Yeah. And Caitlyn going over to Sophie Cunningham saying, "I'm sorry I didn't hit a bomb for you."
WNBA rookie Caitlyn Clark made a surprising 10-word statement about UConn star Paige Bueckers, sparking excitement as Bueckers reportedly plans to declare for the 2025 WNBA draft. "She's always been able to go up against the best," Clark said about Bueckers. A statement that carries immense weight coming from the player who shattered NCAA scoring records and transformed the landscape of women's basketball. Is to be selected first overall in the upcoming draft, following the same path Clark blazed just 1 year ago. This public praise from Clark directly addresses a concern that has reportedly haunted Bueckers for years: the fear of being overshadowed and forgotten amid the explosive rise of other stars in women's basketball. Despite being one of the most electrifying talents in the college game and the only player across the NBA, WNBA, and college basketball with a 50-40-90 shooting split this season, Bueckers hasn't generated the same media frenzy that surrounded Clark during her final season at Iowa. The timing of Clark's comments is particularly significant as they come while Bueckers is leading UConn on a dominant NCAA tournament run. The 23-year-old guard just delivered a career-high 40-point performance in the Huskies' 82-59 Elite Eight victory over Oklahoma, further cementing her status as one of the game's elite players. Yet even with these extraordinary achievements, the spotlight hasn't shone as brightly on Bueckers as it did on Clark last year. Part of this difference might come from Bueckers' strong support for more media coverage of black women in sports. When she won College Athlete of the Year at the 2021 ESPYs, Bueckers used her platform to talk about how black women athletes don't get enough attention. She said, "With the spotlight I have now as a white woman leading a black-led sport, I want to highlight black women. They don't get the media coverage they deserve. Their value is clear."
Media coverage
is important for the game. I think it grows the game. I know freshman year I was like the media darling. Everybody was like focused on me and what I did at UConn my freshman year, but I think it's more important for the game to share the spotlight, to grow the game and show all the stars of college basketball and not just focus on one particular player, whether it be me, Caitlyn, Juju, Angel. I mean, there's so many names in college basketball now that are huge, that are stars, that deserve credit, and I think it's not my job, but the media can do a better job of just making sure everybody gets love.